A SaaS founder I worked with signed a distribution agreement in Brazil. 18 months later, that single agreement cost them $2 million and the entire LATAM market. Not because the partner was bad, because the agreement was, if you're a SaaS founder expanding internationally, you are going to sign partnership agreements, resellers, distributors, integration partners, strategic alliances. And almost every founder I've worked with made at least one of the same 5 mistakes in those agreements. Today, I'm walking you through exactly what they are and what to put in place instead. Here's what we're covering: why partnership agreements fail differently than you think, the 5 specific mistakes that show up again and again, the clauses the International Deal-Making Playbook says you can't skip, and how to negotiate from a position of strength even when the partner has more market leverage than you. Mistake 1: exclusivity without performance triggers. Founders grant exclusive rights to a single market or territory because the partner asks for it and the deal feels urgent. But exclusivity without a minimum performance commitment, minimum revenue, minimum customer count, minimum time to launch, hands away your market with no way to take it back if the partner underperforms. The fix: every exclusivity grant ties to a measurable performance floor, reviewed at fixed intervals, typically every 2 quarters, with a defined downgrade path to non-exclusive or termination if the floor isn't met. Mistake 2: no clearly defined termination for convenience. Founders write detailed termination for cause clauses, breach, fraud, insolvency, and forget termination for convenience. Without it, you are locked into an underperforming partner indefinitely unless they commit an actual breach, which underperforming partners are usually careful not to do. The fix: include a termination for convenience clause with reasonable notice, typically 90 days on both sides. It protects you, and frankly, it protects the relationship because everyone negotiates more honestly when the agreement isn't a trap. Mistake 3: vague IP and data ownership language. This is the one that surprises founders the most. If your partner is doing co-marketing, localizing your product, or touching customer data in market, and the agreement doesn't explicitly state that your IP, your trademarks, and your customer data remain yours fully, unambiguously in every jurisdiction, you are exposed. I've seen partners register trademarks in market under their own name because the agreement never said they couldn't. The fix: explicit IP ownership and trademark use restriction language, a data processing addendum compliant with the relevant regime, GDPR, LGPD, whichever applies in that corridor, and a clause prohibiting the partner from filing any IP registration in your name or marks in any jurisdiction. Mistake 4: no joint business planning cadence written into the contract. Founders treat the relationship building as something that happens informally outside the agreement. But if quarterly business reviews, shared pipeline visibility, and joint planning aren't contractually required, they quietly stop happening the moment the partner gets busy and you lose visibility into your own market. The fix: a contractual joint business planning clause, quarterly reviews minimum, defined reporting requirements, shared pipeline access. Make visibility a contractual right, not a relationship favor. Mistake 5: governing law and dispute resolution as an afterthought. Founders let the partner's local counsel draft this section because it feels like boilerplate. It is not. Litigating a contract dispute in a foreign court under foreign law with no arbitration clause can cost more than the entire deal was worth. The fix: a clearly negotiated governing law clause, Ideally, a neutral jurisdiction or your home jurisdiction where leverage allows, paired with a binding arbitration clause naming a specific institution like the ICC or your regional chamber of commerce. Arbitration is faster, more predictable, and dramatically cheaper than foreign litigation. So that's the list. Exclusivity without performance triggers, no termination for convenience, vague IP and data ownership, no contractual JBP cadence, and governing law as an afterthought. Every one of these shows up as a relationship problem 18 months later. Every one of them is actually a paper problem you can fix on day one. This is exactly what the International Deal-Making Playbook builds into every negotiation we run with clients. A clause-by-clause checklist before anyone signs anything. So these 5 mistakes get caught in drafting, not discovered in a courtroom. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Ella, the partner has more leverage than I do. They're bigger, they're established in that market. They're not going to agree to half of this. Fair. So let's talk about how to get these protections even when you're not the one with leverage. First, sequence your asks. Don't open with all 5 protections at once. That reads as distrust before the relationship exists. Open with the 2 that protect the partner too, the JBP cadence and the dispute resolution clause. Those aren't one-sided. They de-risk the relationship for both parties, which makes them easy yeses. Second, trade time for terms. If a partner won't budge on exclusivity duration, ask for a shorter initial term with renewal rights tied to performance, instead of trying to win the performance trigger outright. You get the protection through structure instead of through a fight. Third, use the IP and data clause as your non-negotiable. Of all 5, that's the one you do not trade away regardless of leverage. Everything else can flex in structure. IP ownership cannot. Partnership agreements don't fail in the relationship. They fail on the page, months before anyone notices. 5 mistakes: exclusivity without triggers, no termination for convenience, vague IP and data ownership, no contractual JBP cadence, governing law as an afterthought. Fix those 5 and you've fixed the agreement before it ever has the chance to fail you. I built the International Deal-Making Playbook because I watched too many smart founders get burned by agreements that looked fine on signing day. You don't have to learn this one the expensive way. If you're heading into a partnership negotiation in the next few months, or you're not sure if your current agreements have these gaps, book a strategy session. We'll walk through your specific agreements against the playbook checklist and tell you exactly where you're exposed. Links right below global.com/session.